channel. So it's actually St. Patrick's Day right now as I film this, so happy St. Patrick's Day. I've just clipped my hair back, it's a riot, it's an actual riot. Look how much of my own hair colour is coming through. It's not as red as it used to be, it looks like a dark, I don't know. Hairdressers open on the 5th of April and I don't know what to do. I don't know whether I want to go and get the blonde put back in with bits of brown, or do I let it all come out and see what my natural colour is like. I just don't know. To me, like my natural colour, it just looks lifeless and I don't know. Anyway, in today's video, we are going to be continuing on, don't know why I'm looking over there, with my e.l.f. bite-sized palettes. So I thought, even though you're not going to see this on St. Patrick's Day, I do have a St. Patrick's Day look going up on St. Patrick's Day, which they've seen by the time you see this because I pre-record. But we're going to use this one today. This is the Hot Jalapeno. And it looks like this. So it's got the 2 matte shades and then the 2 shimmer shades. And then the other bite-sized palette that I have here is this face one. And this one is in lychee. So it's got your blush and your highlight. Now I only picked up 2 of these palettes. I'm not using my ring light because I'm using it for the holding bit, but that's the ring light on. I don't know whether I should put it on or not. Well, you can see me better without it because it's pretty sunny today. I don't know. Let me see. If I do that, maybe the ring light will make it better. Or should I put the ring light off? No. Okay. So that's what we're doing, and I'm still trying to use like all e.l.f. in the look if I can. As I said before in previous, I don't have a bronzer, so I'm going to use the bronzer in this, and I do not have a mascara, so I'm just going to use a mascara. I might eventually at some point pick up the rest of these face palettes and some more of the putty blushes, but as it stands now. So I'm going to use the Luminous Putty Primer. I've got a right headache, I've just taken tablets. So, and there's so much work going on outside today because it's so nice. So normally I would be on my hairdressing class call just now because it's Wednesday and we usually have a full day of classes, but she literally just came on and said she wants us to freestyle and go and do any sort of hairstyle, and we've got until next Wednesday to do that. So social media class, it's been a day of technology nightmares. So basically Teams wasn't working on the college laptop that I have borrowed, and I was just like fine, and then Word wasn't working on my tablet or on my phone, and I was like, oh my god, so I couldn't get on with my numeracy. And even though I've got till next Wednesday for all these things, I was just like, for God's sake. Turns out that the Word document that was sent from the maths teacher for some reason doesn't want to open. Because I was sitting there for ages and I'm, this is ridiculous, I've been sat at this for hours. So I clicked on something that I've done previously for a different class on Word, and they opened. So I was just like, right, so I've messaged her. So I'm really liking these putty primers. What do you guys think? So this is the illuminating one. I did my skincare a bit earlier using a new Folio device, which I have done a video for. Oh, that's a message from one of the teachers. That I have done a video for, but it's taken ages to convert over. So anyway, we digress. So that's that on, and I'm going to apply my e.l.f. foundation. This is the, oh, there's a chip out of it. Flawless Satin Foundation in the shade Snow. Now let me just get a little brush here. I've been quite liking, oh actually, you know what? Where's my other brush that I love? I've been loving to apply foundation just now with brushes instead of sponges. See these Body Shop brushes, honestly, I cannot recommend them enough to you. See, even if I didn't do Body Shop at home, which I'm actually thinking of stopping because it's just not really doing much, but honestly, if you go into Body Shop or if you want to purchase them through me while I'm still doing it, it is a shameless plug, because at the end of the day they're great. They're so good. So this is the foundation buffing brush. So I'm going to just take a bit straight on to the brush. Oh, there's my mirror. Okay, and we're just going to I have just literally dropped that onto my leggings. Just as well I've got the leggings on that I would normally do like painting and decorating with, because these now need to go in the bin. Honest to goodness. So this is a satin finish foundation, and we're just applying that with this brush. I'm not sure if Snow was the right shade for me, because it is hard when you're picking a shade online, isn't it? I can't wait. Well, I think Superdrug and stuff like that are still open, because you can get it seen as an essential shop. So I could go to the shops if I wanted to instead of getting the stuff online. But realistically, I just don't feel the need to go to the shop unless I actually need to. I don't know, I suppose this lockdown has kind of made me a bit of a hermit and I don't want to go anywhere. By the time you see this, I think it'll, looking at my schedule and how I've pre-recorded, when you see this it'll be the beginning of April. So I think we're expected to go back into college about the 26th of April. So just after the Easter holidays, because we have 2 weeks Easter holidays, which is going to be pretty weird, but there you go. I think it's pretty natural on me, this colour Snow, to be honest. Just, you know, it's not too dark, it's not too light. So we've done that, and then I've got 2 of the concealers. So I've got the 16 Hour Cameo Matte Finish in the shade Light Sand. Again, it was hard to pick. And then I've got the Hydrating One Cameo Satin Finish. And I got that in Light Peach, because then it will give a bit of colour correcting. So we're going to use a wee bit of this first. And I'm going to put this peachy one more there for the darkness, and then we will take the matte one and I'm going to put that one around my nose because I get redness there, and I've seen people doing this these days, so I'm going to give this a go. I don't ever put concealer like this down my nose and stuff, but let's be different. Let's be different today. Ta-da! Finished! You're kidding. Now, my sponges are actually through in the other room. So, I'm just going to take one of these Real Techniques Deluxe crease brushes. I got there in the end. And I'm just going to take the excess of the hydrating one and just put that over my lid as well. So how is everybody anyway? He's all good? Oh, this looks like it's all way too much. This is why I think I would... Do you mind? I think I'm going to use a bigger brush. This is just an Emacs Designs brush. It doesn't say what it is, but it came in a say. I feel like this foundation, concealer, sorry, is drying really quickly, which is not ideal, so I really want to try the Too Faced Born This Way concealers so much, and I want to try the Huda, like more Huda stuff, but I just can't afford it. Worst these companies would just be like, oh, let's just send stuff to Julie. I really want to get the Easy Bake powders from Huda. Anyway, now I think, I don't know if you can see, it's clung to my dry patches on my eyelids. because I've had a bit of an eczema flare up this week. So please take that into consideration as well when I apply the shadows. It's not necessarily the shadows, it's my skin. Now I'm going to use the e.l.f. HD powder. This is just in translucent, and there's so much of it that's just sitting in the top of the lid. I'm just going to go in with the Deluxe crease brush that I used. And I'll just go around and set all that down. I've been really impressed with these bite-sized palettes, and thank you so much for the really kind comments on the very first one that I did. By the time you see this video, you'll have seen my second look, and I actually loved the second look. Look at me. Okay, I really don't like this e.l.f. powder. I've decided that I just don't like it. It just leaves such a cast on your skin. I look like Casper the Friendly Ghost. Okay, we really have to just up the ante. So I'm going to use the e.l.f. Instant Lift Brow Pencil in the shade Taupe and see if we can do something with these eyebrows. I did pluck them a bit myself, and I hate doing that. Sorry if the focus on this camera keeps going in and out. It's just what it does. I'm going to do a video on some makeup hacks that I've seen at some point, because some of them actually look so cool. Others are just ridiculous. But it'd be interesting to give them a wee try. I really don't like doing things to my brows. I just that's a brow done and that's that brow not done. And personally, I think I can get away with my brows just not being done. Don't know what you guys think. You're probably just like Julie. Sorry, Nat. Sorry. So. I love watching declutters, and I also love watching people's makeup collections, of course. I can't wait to see Melissa's collection. I know she's going to do it at some point, but I can't wait to see. But yeah, and I'm just I actually don't have that much makeup really. I mean, now I just think I look like a maniac. Let's get some bronzer on because this is just too much. I use this bronzer here because the rest of them are way too dark. So I'm just going to, I almost went into the really crazy, really dark shade there. I'm going to tap some of it off though, because as much as I feel I need a bit of colour, I don't want too much. Don't worry, we will use our foundation brush again if Julie can find it. And we'll just sort that out. The lighting. Ta-da! Oh my. And that's even with me taking some of it off as well. Right, I'm lightly going to apply it this time. I much prefer cream products when it comes to blusher because it just seems to be much better on me and it just looks natural. Right, I'm going to just quickly run this foundation brush in and okay, let's move on to the eyes. So as I say, we've got the hot jalapeno palette, and I'm going to take a really small brush first and go into this matte shade here. And we're just going to again remember that I've got a bit of texture on my eyes especially in at the inner corners because of my eczema. So with me having that, that might have an effect on the shadows. So don't necessarily judge it on anything else like that. And I'm choosing to blend in the way today rather than out the way. It's probably going to be a long video, people. Some heat in that sunshine. Right, let's get a blend. Let's take this one. Okay, now I feel because there is only these two matte shades here that I'm just actually going to have to take more of the colour that I've just put on and just put it all over the lid, really, because that is the shade that I'm going to try blending from my lash line up a bit. It's like a swampy green, isn't it? I suppose it is like the colour of an jalapeno pepper. It's funny because I think most people, including myself, would probably have expected me to use this one first out of all of them because I like green. But I deliberately was like, nah, I'm not going to go straight in with the green one yet. But see, for £3, these palettes, honestly, they are amazing. I've got a lot of texture going on there. I'm not sure I'm a fan of these concealers either, if I'm honest. Okay, so I'm going to take the next darkest shade, which is this one here, and a really small brush, and I'm just going to maybe put it right at the edge and take it up a little bit. I could have used these shadows for when I was doing my frog look for my face painting. Right, I'm just placing that at the minute, so I think the mattes so far of this green one though are a lot more patchy than the other two palettes that I've used so far. So I've used the pumpkin pie one, which was the very first one I used, and a lot of you were really complimentary on that one, so thank you. And then I've used the rose water one, which so far is my favourite one. And I'm just going to take another little brush here and we're just going to try and soften that out as well. I need to go back in with this other green. I feel like it's just a little bit patchy. Maybe that's the dry lids on me though. Blendy, blendy. Okay, right. So I'm going to go into the shimmer shade, which is this one here. And I'm just going to use my finger. Oh, look at that. That's gorgeous, isn't it? And we're going to just pop that on. Oh, it's like so swampy, this look. I'm not going to lie to you, this is not my favourite one of all the palettes, believe it or not. I'm not blown away by it. So far, definitely Rose Water is my favourite one. But for £3 though, you know what I mean? As I say, for £3 you can't grumble really, but I'm not vibing with this at all. Really. Okay, now I'm just going to use this little, I've just dug my nail right into that shadow. What a tit. I'm going to go into this really small one again, and I'm going to take that dark colour. And just put that at the outer half of my eye. Underneath, and then I'm going to flip the brush over and go into the other green that's on my lid. I'm going to take that onto that part of the eye there. Grungy. And then for the very, very last shadow, if I can get a tiny brush, I'm going to go into the goldish shade and kind of add it with this actual e.l.f. brush that I have. Oh my god, my arm placements are so bad today. Would you just get a grip, Julie? Put that down there. I think maybe because it's like more of a, like the grungy swampiness, as I said. And I prefer this eye. As per usual, and no doubt when I shut them or what have you, they'll no doubt not match, because that is the story of my life, people. Maybe once I get the mascara and that on. Right, so as I said, I don't have an e.l.f. mascara. Will we try this liner again? Let's go for it and see. I'm not going to speak through this because you know that I'm just going to press it up the wall. So liquidy though. I can't get my eyelashes to stop fluttering. like an interlude. Right, that's a wee wing. Now can we do the same here and get just a wee one as well? Believe it or not, this is the eye that I have eyelashes missing from when I had chicken pox. But I seem to be able to. So fitty. Okay. Maybe I should just press it on. Move it on. I think I need a wee tiny bit more on that brush. I don't want loads on it. 26 minutes. Julie, get a grip. People are not going to want to watch this. Right. It's not perfect, but we've tried. Okay, let's get mascara on. I'm just using this little Chanel one that I got. Oh my god, what kind of brush is that? Right. God, that's got a big clump right under there. This is annoying. Oh. My lecturer for social media was saying that she checked out some of my videos and she liked them, so that was nice for her to say. But I was saying to her that I really struggle with editing and figuring it all out, so she was saying that she's meeting up with one of her colleagues that's into all that sort of thing, so she's gonna get her to maybe suggest something for me, so that's really sweet of her. Okay, blush. This is the bite-sized face palette in Lychee, and we need a smallish one for this blush, really. I'm just going to use my highlighter brush. And then I'll just use the same brush. I look like a frog for the highlight. I don't think I like this palette at all. Like, it's really not, I'm not liking it on me at all. I feel like, I literally feel like I should be, I could wear a fancy dress for. Maybe I'm just not used to it, but hey, to the hole. And e.l.f. Plumping Gloss, which hurts, in Cosmo Pink. And again, I've got all this dryness under here because I get excited at the gym. And finish off with that, finally, with a bit of All Nighter Setting Spray by Urbandecayuki. And that's me done. What do you think? I don't like it. Like, I'm really honestly not going to lie to you. I don't like it. I just, as I said before, out of the mini palettes that I've tried so far, believe it or not, that is my least favourite. I don't know. I just don't like it. and I don't know what's going on with my skin because everything's clinging to patches today. Anyway, I've been on for long enough. You know what to do. Like, share, subscribe to the channel. I will leave a link to the other looks that I've done with the bite-sized palettes. And yeah, let me know what you think. Bye.